Good morning and welcome back. Today we have Dr. Christy Peterson, a pediatrician at Children's Care downtown Macon, joining us. Thank you for being here today. I'm glad to have you here because we're talking about back to school. You have some kiddos of yourself, so how was it like going back to school? What was that feeling like for you as a mom?
Sad that summer's over.
Yeah.
Very sad.
Right, it is hard because you want your kiddos there, but we do have to get them prepped for school. So I want to talk about it as parents. How can we be getting our kids ready to school? We'll start off with, shots and getting them up to date on vaccines. What do we need to know about that?
Yeah, so in addition to up to date on vaccines to protect them from diseases they might encounter in a group setting, you also want to just do those wellness visits to get their eyes checked and their hearing checked and give them the best chance to be successful from day one.
All right, and so I want to talk about sleep as well. Yes, it's important that we have our vaccines and our kiddos are up to date, but the component that kind of is sneaking up on us is sleep, getting them ready for that schedule. What do we need to know?
Well, it's going to take a couple of weeks to get ready, so if you haven't started, go ahead and start. The first day is going to be rough if they didn't get a good night's sleep. So if they've been used to going to bed at 2 in the morning, then all of a sudden trying to go to bed at 9 or 10 p.m. is not going to happen because they're not going to be tired. So it takes a while to gradually get that, and sometimes you just have to bite the bullet and stay up all day, and then the next weekend I would fight the urge to let them sleep, to let kids sleep late on Saturday and late on Sunday. Those really can shift and make Mondays less successful if you're tired. So every single weekend is an opportunity to continue the pattern at school so that you can be successful even on Monday.
I love that. And I have to ask, how long should our kiddos be sleeping?
Different ages require different amounts of sleep. The teenagers require probably about 8 to 10 hours of sleep, and the younger ones maybe 9 to 10 hours of sleep. So you have to think about when you've got to get them up to get them to school on time, and then set a goal and wind down time before the goal.
That really is important. I also want to talk about nutrition. That is a key factor. Yes, we're making sure not only are they vaccinated, they're sleeping well, they've seen their pediatrician, but also we have to make sure we're nourishing our kiddos' bodies well. What do you want to tell us about nutrition for our kids?
I want to emphasize protein at each meal, and when you're packing that lunch, make sure you put something in there with protein, and in breakfast, some protein in breakfast is important.
Do you have some tips or certain food items you recommend that are kind of easy for kiddos?
I think eggs are great for protein. I used to send boiled eggs with my kids in their lunch with an ice pack, but that was a good source of protein.
Really get that protein in. Okay, and so overall, I know we had talked about it before, it is just truly important to see your pediatrician before school and just regularly for your kiddos. Why is that so important? I mean, yes, we talked about all the other components, but seeing your pediatrician as well, why is that so important?
Well, I like the idea of knowing that their vision is good and that their hearing is good, but also just, were there any problems last year in school? Do we need to talk about the possible diagnosis of ADHD or any learning disabilities? Communication with your teacher is very important, but then if you possibly need to help with dealing with any difficulties at school with either learning the material or staying focused.
So it is important to see your pediatrician. And for those tips and tricks, getting your kiddos ready back to school, we'll have that on our website. And remember, if you're starting your sleep schedule, we need to start it now, right?
Start it now.
Start it today.
Start it now.
All right. We'll have all that information on our website, 41nbc.com.